Hey, welcome back guys. Today I have a Titanfall 2 tutorial video. Who would have thought Unknown would be making Titanfall 2 tutorial videos in 2018, almost 2019. Um, so after like a year of not playing Titanfall 2, I just came back. I'm playing on PC now, so the game is like, it's almost like playing a new game, right? Like you're playing on a different platform, so getting used to keyboard and mouse for me is like, it's almost like playing a new game. And so I'm having a lot of fun playing this. But what I used to be is like really like competitive, like taking this game really serious. But now that I'm on PC, like I just want to like mess around. So some of these spots I used to play on like on Xbox and get up into, but like I'm trying to find like different spots that nobody knows about, right? Just some like stupid spots, and people are asking me how do you get in those spots? Like whether they're like mad that like I'm in these spots, but they're not advantageous. They're not like helping my team win the game. This is just me messing around. And they're not really like glitches either because I'm not out of the map. Like it's not like they can't shoot me back, right? They just don't see me. So that's what I want to do is just like take all these different spots, whether like I found them like on some other YouTube videos online. I want to compile like all these really weird spots that you can get into with your pilot, or like Northstar spots, and put them in one video for you guys. So I hope you enjoy this. Just some of these clips you guys can see. This guy in the chat right here is saying like, "Oh, that was pretty nice. I didn't see you." So like people aren't expecting you in these spots, and people either get mad at you being in these spots, or they just kind of like think it's hilarious. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys want to see like some like Titanfall 2 like glitch spots, I could do something like that too. But yeah, these are not glitches. These are just like spots. So hope you guys enjoy. Catch ya. Okay, for these first spots I'm going to show you guys, you can get into pretty much like any tree on ForwardBase Kodai. All these red trees here are really good for blending in because like when other teams see you, you have like a red character model outline, so it's really hard to like make out your character model. And if you want to take things even up further, you can use cloak. So it's really hard to see. And I apologize for my mic quality. I'm not sure like why when I'm recording it like distorts a little bit, so you guys just have to deal with it, okay? So these spots here, you can get into with grapple. You can just grapple right up to the top of these spots, and you can hit the mantle at the top of these trees here, and you're going to be standing in it like this. So I'll show you how to do it with like out grapple. It's basically you're just like wall running up like the middle of this tree here. So you're like jumping and like going up, and it's hard for me on PC because I'm not used to like the movement that well, but basically that's all you do. You just run, wall run, jump, and then mantle. And now you're at the top right here. You have a good view of the middle of the map. You can see down into the middle. If you're over here, you can see people spawning over there. So it's good if you have like a Kraber or like a charge rifle. And I'll even be like shooting Titans like running around in the middle of the map over here, and they won't even like have any idea where I am. So you can get into these spots, like I said, like any of these trees here, like you can get into like these little small ones, but it just depends on like where like your positioning is. Either that tree or like one of those trees over there are like the best ones on that side. For me personally, like they're really hard to like tell where people are. You can get into any of these trees on this side as well. So we're gonna get into this spot up here. Really easy to get into it with grapple if you're trying to like make a quick like getaway into like a covered spot. So right here is really nice. You have a really good view of the entire middle here without much like cover. Like if you're standing up, people can't really see you. If you're crouching, like you have a really good view. So these are just some pilot spots here. Okay, so for Northstar on ForwardBase Kodai, there's a couple different spots you can get into. If you want to get over on that little ledge over there, first you gotta hover up onto this little platform here. Otherwise, I don't think it'll work properly. What we're gonna do basically is we're going to dash first, and then we're gonna activate hover. So we're gonna dash, hover, and then right now you want to hold the crouch button and to like make your legs crouch. And basically when you're crouching and you're hovering like that, it like lets your character model or your Titan's model like over like invisible barriers. So that's how we made it up on top of here. So right here you can have a pretty good view, middle of the map. Okay, so another spot you can get into is on top of this crane here, and you want to do that by getting on this piece first. And to get on top of that, you want to crouch hover again. So we're gonna crouch hover and get on this little piece right here, and you have to like dash out and then hover back up on top of this piece right here. So it's kind of tricky. It might take you a couple tries, so we're gonna try right now. So I'm gonna do like that. It's weird. Like, I didn't even do that right, but like we still ended up making it because we did like the crouch hover. So up here, like you obviously have a really good view again of like the entire middle of the map. And like you can use like this middle piece as like kind of cover, I guess. But you are also exposed. So there's not like really like huge advantages other than like you're just gonna catch people off guard. So that's pretty much it for ForwardBase Kodai. Oh, there's also like another spot, like I've seen people like it's possible to like get on top of this box here, and then from there like you can crouch hover and like get up onto the top middle part of the map. But that's not really like a spot, that's just like a trick. So that is it for ForwardBase Kodai. For Boomtown, there's a really good Titan spot you can get into right up on top of this building here. What you want to do, you don't have to like crouch hover or anything like that, you just hover like normal and hug the side of the building right here, basically just like hold forward, and once you're up on top of here, you have like a good view of people spawning like over there. So you can crouch, or you don't have to crouch, you can just like look up over here and people are spawning over there. You can see people spawning down this road over here, and you can also, if you like hug the side of this building here, you can like walk up to like the top up here. It's like really cheese, and you can like you have a good view of like the entire roof here. You can hover and like see people going down over there. They're on some traps, and then people will like come running through this tunnel right here, and you just hit them with a cluster, and they have no idea what's going on. So you can see over this building here as well. So it's a pretty good spot for Boomtown. A lot of people don't like Homestead because it's such like an Titanfall map, right? Like there's no like really good wall running spots, and it's just like a really open field. But I love this map. There are like so many spots that you can get into on this map. There's so many trees, right? So you can get up on like all these trees, but I'm gonna show you like my personal favorite ones that like people like really don't like think about getting into. So one of them is like right next to the spawn over here. It's like this tree right here, and it's like super convenient. Like you just like hop right up here and like climb on top of this. It's really easy to get into. Like, you can actually like move around like a pretty decent amount, like strafing back and forth, and then you're not gonna fall off. And you have like an entire view of like this whole like part of the map, right? Like you can see the other team spawn. If you crouch, like people aren't gonna really see you. It's really like conspicuous here. And just for a side note, like I've tried using like a wall and putting it down on this, and I do not think you can do it. I've tried it a handful of times. The A wall just falls right through and just goes down on the bottoms there. So you can use a grapple to get into this spot too, like most of these spots. It's just like that. So another good spot you can get into is right here in the middle. So we're just gonna grapple up here. Hello, thank you. So this is a pretty good spot too. It's kind of hard to see what's going on around the map. You can move around a little bit like the last spot, so you can see like this spawn here. So just make your shots count. So you can kind of like move a little bit this way, and it's kind of like your little little fort, you know, like when you're a little kid hiding like in the pillows and stuff. So like, you can just hide in here. And unless people see like your bullet trail, you're using like a charge rifle, people can see like the laser beam coming from the trees. Personally, like I don't really care if people kill me. It's like, okay, cool. Like I like seeing people's reactions. Like I let people like intentionally know where I am on purpose, so I can like just see what it looks like from their point of view. So this is a really good spot as well. This little tree base here. Another spot is this tree over here. And it's even nicer because it's a red tree, so your character model will blend in with this one. It's kind of a little bit trickier to get into. So this one right here, there we go. So once you're in this tree right here, just right here, so you have a good view of like that whole area over there. These rooftops here you can cover. You can still see the other team spawn over there, and people really won't like see you that well. You can get up a little bit higher. like I said, it's kind of hard, tricky to get into. You can just wall run right up to the top here and get up here. And like once you're up here, like this is like really like a sniper's nest, right? Like you can pick at Titans like over there. You can see this whole area still. These rooftops, a little bit harder to see. So if you need to, you can just jump up and down. Another like really stupid spot, which isn't as good as those ones, is the top of this tree right here, which is really hard if you're just gonna like wall run up there with like a cloak pilot. Like getting on top of these trees is not easy at all, especially for me using mouse and keyboard. So I like to just use grapple, but it is definitely possible just to like wall run right up to the top of these trees here. You like wall run and jump off and then like jump back on top, and then when you get to the top you just grab, or like you just mantle, and like you can see the entire map from up here, and nobody's gonna look up here until you start shooting. So you can get a few kills before people like really like figure out what's going on. So I don't think there's any Titan spots for this map, so yeah, this is Homestead. Exoplanet's kind of like Boomtown, so there's not really like a lot of good pilot spots. Like a lot of this map is like out of bounds if you try to get into like these really weird spots. And the trees, like all those trees over there, they're like half trees. So if you try to like get up in top of them, you'll just like basically stand in the middle of the tree or just like jump right through it. So I'm not even gonna try like showing you guys any of these like spots. Like people think that getting up in that tower is like a good spot, but it's like not really, you know? Like people know about that spot. It's pretty easy to get people out of that tower as well. But there is a good Titan spot on this map. I think I actually found this out from Dino's channel. So like right here, you want to get your Titan like, it doesn't have to be like right in this like corner, but like right here, and you want to crouch hover. And then once you're like done crouch hovering, you can just stand up and you're like right here. So you guys saw that clip in the beginning of the video. I'm just standing right here. So it's pretty easy, just crouch hover into this corner here. And from here, you can kind of just like do whatever you want to do. So, and if you try to move around, you'll just fall down. A good spot for Blackwater Canal is actually the top of that crane right there. So normally, like this crane is out of bounds. Let me see if I can get up top here. I'm pretty sure you probably could wall run up the top of this, and it just makes it like, it takes forever. So just use a grapple for this one. So grapple, and we're gonna go up to the very top of this thing. So this is out of bounds, but if you guys just spam the jump button a bunch of times, it like resets like the counter for the out of bounds eventually. Yeah. So if you just keep spamming jump, it worked a second ago for me. It like resets like the out of bounds. So let's see if I can like get in the middle. I think you have to be like right in the middle to do this like properly. So like do a double jump, like keep doing it over and over again. And it eventually resets the counter. So you can like take a shot at somebody and like you can be up here and then you like reset the out of bounds. So just jump a bunch of times and it resets the out of bounds counter. So you can like stay up here indefinitely. Like it's not like you have to jump off of this thing or you're gonna die. If you don't jump, you will die. But you can stay up here. A couple other spots that you can get into on Blackwater Canal. Obviously, all these trees you can get into. The tallest one is the skinniest one, like right there, or that one right there. And they're really hard to just like wall run and get up into unless you're like really good with your movement. I can try it right now, but I'm not very good at wall running or like getting on top of these things. So I'm still like using grapple to get on top of these. You can use cloak. Like I said, A walls just fall right through these trees. You can get on top of this tree. You can get on top of that tree over there, which is like a really funny spot. One more tree that I want to show you guys, which I actually showed off in the video at the beginning, is this tree over here, like on the island. So you have a pretty good view of the map on top of this tree. Let me just grapple up on top here, if I can. Yeah. So right up here, you got a pretty good view of like the whole street right there, and people coming out of this spawn right here aren't going to be expecting you to be on this island. Those trees are out of bounds, so you can't get on those ones, so you can get on the tree on that island as well. So Eden doesn't really have a lot of good pilot spots for you to like kind of camp in. Most of the trees are like half trees, so like if you try to like grapple like up to the top of them, you'll just like fall right through, because they don't actually exist from like that point up. So to get to like some of the spots in the trees, you need to just wall run up the base of it until you actually mantle. Right here, I'm actually in a tree. So this tree right here, you can wall run up and like get inside the tree. This one right here is also a really good spot. If you just want like a good line of sight down the railway here, you can wall run up this tree right here and get into this spot right here. This is really good. You got a lot of cover. Obviously you can't really see what's going on over there, but people can't see you either, so this is really good if you're just trying to get like a snipe on the other team's spawn and have some cover. So that's pretty much it for all the pilot spots. I'm going to show you guys a couple of Northstar spots on this map. So for this spot, what you want to do is you want to hover, you want to crouch hover to like right here. And once you get here, we obviously have to wait for our hover to come back. Get rid of these grunts, they're kind of just annoying me here. So then we can hover onto this part of the roof over here. You don't need a crouch hover over here. You can walk back and forth. You can kind of like peek people over on that side. You can peek people over here as well. Dude, these grunts need to like just leave me alone. So now what you want to do from here is we're going to dash into the middle, and then once we dash, we're going to hover to the next spot, and I'll show you guys where that is. So we're going to dash, hover, and we're going to land like right there. So it's kind of tricky. It might take you guys a couple tries to get this. Right here is a pretty good view of the middle courtyard area here. People aren't going to be expecting a Titan to be up on the roof over here or on the wall. But we're not done yet. We're going to try to get onto this piece right here. It's the next step to getting like on top of this piece. So we're going to hover to like right here. Right in the middle of the sign, you're going to fall down and land like on some little section piece here. So we're waiting for our hover to come back. For the next step, we're going to hover again, and we're going to crouch hover to get our legs over this piece right here. So we're going to hover and crouch, and now we're up here. So from up here you have a view of pretty much the entire map except for that side over there, and even then I'm pretty sure we can hover and we can still like peek what's going on over there, right? So this is like serious cheese up here, guys. It's really hard to get your Titan up in here without like people like taking you out first. I've tried a couple times. I've only done it one time successfully, and then even when you get up here, people like you can't really move around, so people are just gonna like tee off on your Titan and just hit it with archer rockets and lasers. So it's pretty good to make people laugh. It's not really like great for any kind of like strategy though. So another spot, obviously you can still get up in the middle here. You can use these dumpsters and just like crouch or like just hover normally and get up on this part of the railway. Another spot that I want to show you guys is you can get up on top of the back of this train station here, and you do that by coming over here onto these rocks, coming up over here. So we're just gonna like dash and then hover, and we're just gonna land right here. You don't need to crouch hover. You just land right here, and it's pretty much the same thing as the other side, right? So you just have like a view of the entire railway. It's pretty nice. On Drydock, there's a couple different spots you can get into. There's a spot you can get to like right there, which is really easy to get into if you're ejecting from a Titan. You can just literally land right there. I don't think you can wall run up there. I think like right at that line, like you can't wall run higher than that line. So to get up there, you have to grapple. So we're gonna try doing that right now. So we're gonna grapple, and Yeah, we're gonna land right here. So it's still in bounds. Like you can shoot people. Um, yeah, it's pretty nice spot. I'm not sure if you can get over there or not. Try real quick. Nah, it just falls right through. So that's one spot for Drydock. Another spot that I saw in a video. Some kid was he grappled up into this spot right here, and he like jumped, and somehow like he got his character model to be able to like stop moving, and you could like literally like crouch right here and just like stop moving. So I'm not sure if you like, it takes a while. Like he was doing it for like a hot minute, but he just like kept spamming the jump button. But we're not gonna do that. No, there we go. So yeah, here's a good spot. We ended up doing it. So I had to like hold the crouch button while I was doing it too, and it ended up working. So you guys really want a cheese spot, this is a pretty good one right here. So we're gonna hop on from there. One more pilot spot for Drydock. I'll show you guys. It's over in this corner over there, and it doesn't really have a lot of advantages. Like you're not gonna be able to see a lot of players in the map. Everyone's gonna be running around in the middle, and you're gonna be like over here in the corner of the map, just like doing something, you know, by yourself. So you can get up into these like little bushes here. No one's gonna see you. I guess it'd be good like for like a Titan fight. Like if you had to like eject and then land somewhere, like this would be a good spot to like just start like putting shots on Titans, because they really wouldn't expect you over there. So for Northstar, you can get up on top of this crane here. Pretty similar to the way that we got up on top of the crane on Kodai. So what you want to do is hover. We're going to land on top of these boxes here. That makes the process of getting on this crane piece here a lot easier. So we're going to crouch over again. So we're going to hover, hold the crouch button, and just slide on in. Until we're on top of this piece. I think we might be able to back up a little bit until like where the Northstar's like standing up. So now we're standing up. We're gonna do the same thing, kind of just like come around the side and then just hover up on top. So up here is really nice. Like right next to this piece is out of bounds, so don't like stand next to this, obviously. You can't get on top of there. There's like an invisible barrier. But there's not one to get on top of this, just on top of the very top, right? So up here is really nice. Like you have an entire view of like the middle lane. You can see over this building here. You can see the entire like ditch over there. So, and then like if people start flanking you from over there, like obviously you can just use like this middle piece as like kind of like peek people like this. It's really nice spot for Northstar up here. If you happen to find yourself playing Crash Site, there's a couple of different spots that I can show you guys. So right here in the middle on this little island is a half tree. You guys can stand in. I would be careful about shooting like EPGs, because you could blow yourself up if it like takes like a part of the tree. But you can shoot like your charge rifle or like whatever else you're using. So this is a good spot right here. Another spot that I want to show you guys on this side is this tree right here. So this island is out of bounds right down here. So you don't want to like stand in these bushes here, because you just obviously you'll die. So, but if you climb up to the top of the tree here, well, what I mean by top of the tree, I mean like as high as you can go. So it's a half tree, so you'll stand like inside of the tree, and you can shoot down here as well. You can see over there. You can kind of see over there if you crouch a little bit, but I'd be careful about shooting EPGs as well right there. I have blown myself up a handful of times doing that. And a couple of more spots I want to show you guys. Right inside this middle area here, a lot of people don't really come in here. Maybe Titans might cut across the middle. You can get up like up here. People don't know this. Like it's kind of like a really like secluded spot. It's like really weird. So it's really dark up here. People aren't going to be looking. So you have some free shots from people coming through this like little corridor here. And you can get on top of these pieces right here. So we're gonna grapple up on top here, and now you're you're just like hiding up here, right? Like if you see someone running pie, you can just drop down and like see if you can get an assassination on them. So those are some pilot spots for trash site here. A good Northstar spot on Complex is on top of this too right here. And to get on top of that, what we do is we crouch hover on top of this tree first. So crouch hover, and it kind of just like forces your Titan on top of the tree. It doesn't look like you're gonna make it, and it just kind of like slides you on top. So this spot right here is actually pretty nice in itself. Like you have a pretty good view of this backyard area here. People start coming through this tunnel. To get on top of the tube, we're gonna do a dash and then do a crouch hover. Sometimes it'll mess you up. And like kind of there's like almost like an invisible barrier right there that kind of just like slides your Titan off, so it might take you a couple tries. It definitely took me a couple tries. Let me see if we can get this real quick though. So we're gonna do a dash, crouch hover, and it forced me off. Here, I'm gonna try it a couple more times until I get it, and I'll show you what it looks like. For Colony, there's not really a lot of good spots for pilots. Even if there's like a lot of trees here, a lot of the trees, I'm not sure how they like design this map, but like you can't even like wall run off of these trees. Like it's almost like they literally don't even exist. Like you can't do anything with them. So you can't interact with the trees, you can't get up on top of them. There is one tree over here you can get on top of. This tree right here. You can wall run up here. But I like to just grapple and get up on top. So this is a pretty nice one. You have a pretty good view of the map from up here. You can use your charge rifle, your Kraber, and kind of like snipe at people. In the first game, you could get on top of like this tower. There used to be like a little platform you can stand on top of, but for this game, it doesn't exist. So you can't even get on top of that at all. There's a couple trees out here you can get on top of. These trees right here you can both get on top of, but like if you want to be a little bit extra, if you want to get like as far away like on the outside of the map as possible, you can get on top of this tree right here. And this is like really dumb. Like you can take shots at people and people are like, what the heck, like where am I actually getting shot from, right? So if you really just want to mess with people, like you could use these spots for that purpose, like I guess. Other than that, not like a lot of like really practical purposes. People aren't going to be like having a lot of gunfights out in these fields here. So a Titan spot that you guys can get into is in this little courtyard area here. I don't think this is like a Northstar exclusive spot because I don't even hover it to get into this little area. Like you just walk into this corner and like this ledge just like lifts you up for some reason. Like it, I don't think you can do that on the other sides of it. Like if you try walking into here, it's not going to just like let you into this area. But in this corner, you can literally just like walk up and over. So like right here, you can like use the top of this building to like head glitch people, like through this little area here. So you can like literally like dash back and forth between this. It's crazy. You can like even slip into here. You can peek people through this little corner here. I don't think you can get up on top of these buildings here. Like even if you crouch hover, it's not gonna like let you on top of this stuff here. Maybe on top of this tree. I might try it on top of the tree, but yeah, it's a little tiny, like kind of a cheeky little thing to do here. A good spot for Relic is on top of this building over here. So you can just wall run like normal and get up on top of this beast of a building here. It takes a second. There's a lot to actually run up on top of here. So we're gonna wall run like this and get up here and get up on top of this and voila. So you have a pretty good view of this part of the map from up here. A lot of people aren't just gonna like look up on top of this thing. Like this isn't something people like normally pay attention to. Another spot you can get up on top of, obviously this, you can get up on top of this here. Can't stand on those ropes there. You can get up on top of this. I'm pretty sure. Maybe. Maybe. If my wall running didn't suck so bad. Okay, so you can get up on top of this piece right here as well. I think that's it for this side of the map. On this side of the map, there's some trees you can actually get on top of. I'm not sure if you can get up on top of these trees. Let's try real quick. So you can get up on top of these trees here if you want to. Obviously, most of the action is not going to be happening really like on this side of the map. It's mostly in the middle and maybe on the other side over there. You can get on top of these trees here, I think, too. So get on top of that. I think you can get up on top of this building here. So yeah, this would probably be a better spot. You can see more of like what's going on down here, and you get a pretty good view of this entire spawn. And then you can just grapple, go across the map here. I don't think you can like stand up on this area here and stay up here. But I mean, if you wanted to be up here for a second, this is a spot you can get to. For Rise, there's a spot that you can get into in the back of the map over here. So if you get up on top of this piece right here, but lets me go. So this is like an okay spot right here. But if you want to, you can get up on top of these things. And kind of like people aren't like gonna really see you if you're like standing on top of these things. It's kind of weird. Like you kind of just blend in with like these little antenna things here. So you can kind of just like crouch around like this. People might not see you at first. For Northstar, there's a couple of spots you can get into. Not really spots that you can get into. Like these are pretty standard. This spot right here, all you want to do is just obviously hover and lay on top of this box. But what it does is it provides you like really good lines of sight here. Obviously, you already have control over this side of the map right here. You can see into the middle there a little bit. And you can see this part, and you have like a head glitch over like this entire section if you like crouch and stuff. So it's kind of a cheeky spot for Northstar people don't really know about, because if you fall down, you can't really see like the middle area. And like if you want to like peek this, you have to like come all the way over here. So if you want to like get control of like the entire part of the map from right here, like you just stand on top of this box and you can see a lot of the map over there. And for my last spot for this tutorial, guys, it's not even like a spot, like you don't have to do anything, but basically this is one of my favorite spots for Northstar in the entire game. If you are playing this map, a lot of people don't like playing this map. There's some really like long like lines of sight. So if you are on this side of the map, come and just plant your Northstar like right here, like right in this area here. Like you have a really good like head glitch right here. So if people are like coming down this lane right here, you can shoot them. If they start pushing your spawn from over there, you have control over there. And if people are pushing this lane, you just slide over here and pop them. So you just throw it on like a trap. People might come like through this hallway here and try to like hit you with like archer rockets or whatever else they want to throw at you. You just throw a cluster missile up there. People that are in these hallways above you, they can't shoot you unless they go back over there, because if they're like right above you, then they have to like drop down, then they might rodeo you, and then you just throw some smoke out, and this roof is like right over your head, so they'll probably end up dying to the smoke. So that is a really strong Northstar position there, or just any Titan in general. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial of all these scumbag spots. If you guys want to see like a list of all of the glitched spots in Titanfall 2, I don't really use them myself, but I have seen some videos of some glitched out spots you can get into if you want to explore like the outside of the map and everything. So I can like throw together a compilation of all those. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.